guys, and welcome back to another review video. This is the second to last CoverGirl Oh Sugar review. Thank God, as you guys know, I generally have just not been that big a fan of this line, but I bought the whole collection like an idiot without just trying one first to find out if I even liked them, so that was $70 I'll never see again. But, yeah, so I have been very slowly going through these and reviewing them over the past more than a year because I've really not wanted to use them because of the weird smell and the even weirder texture, but at least there's only one more to go after this one because this one's number 9. Number nine. Yeah, the Beatle fans will get that. The rest of you probably have no clue what I'm doing. And this one is in jelly. Or in French, it's apparently still jelly. Just spelled different. Let's get into it. Format-wise, it's, well, I suppose you could call it a stick, but it's shaped like a lipstick. It is exactly like a lipstick, okay? Like, if I didn't know better, I would say this were a lipstick, and whoa, this one looks like it's about to shear off right at the base. If you look closely at it, looks like if I tapped it with my finger, it would fall right off, which probably wouldn't break my heart if it happened, but I'm slightly, more than slightly, concerned about that apparent finger smudge on it. The only safety precautions that these have on them when you buy them is a little sticker. I took it off before I filmed because it takes me a while to get them off of these usually, but it's like a little sticker on this side that goes across here that keeps it from opening. That is your only safety protection with these lip balms. It's kind of fucked. Big pet peeve of mine when it comes to lip balms are the ones that don't have proper seals around them, for like safety seals. So anyway, that's just my own deal though. But yeah, so even on the tip of it though, let me bring this back up. I just noticed it. Good thing I swatched first before I use, but this one doesn't look like a fingerprint. But there is a weird looking, yeah, you can see it at that angle towards the tip. There's a weird little circle there that I don't quite trust. But at the same time, I am definitely too lazy to go get my sanitation knife to chop that little sucker off, so yeah, that's a thing. So anyway, packaging-wise, it's this weird cubicle cylinder. What would you call that? It's not really a cylinder when it's square like a cube, but also rectangular. What exactly would you refer to this shape as? Geometry majors? Or not even majors, just people who do geometry. What the hell shape is this? I don't know, but it's like that. And this part is just plastic, even though it looks like it'd be metallic and like metal. And this base is just plastic acrylic. You can see through it. It's got the name and number on the bottom. Every time. Every time! But yeah, this one, interestingly, has a crack in it, but not in the top layer. Because I run my finger over it right here, you feel nothing. So it's like on the underside of that acrylic, so it's going to be there forever, just to taunt me. So yeah, and there's your font, and on the back, vitamin-infused balm. And it says the same thing in French under it. Because why not? So, these are not natural or organic by any means. We're fooling no one here. They are synthetic. As are pretty much all CoverGirl products. Actually, I don't even know if they make anything but synthetics, so there's that. And it's part of a set of 10, like we've already gone over a zillion times, both in the reviews for all of them and even in this review. At least we're almost done. There's only one more to go. But, amount of product I actually looked before I took off the sticker this time. It's 0.12 ounces, which is less than a standard stick amount, less than a lip smacker even, but more than a soft lip skinny stick, because a standard stick amount is 0.15, a lip smacker is 0.14, and one of the soft lips skinny sticks is 0.07. So, you know, there's that. So it's kind of in between all these numbers. But the weird part is that to me it looks like, when you roll it up, but it totally has more than any of them, both being bigger around and taller, but what do I I know. So, you know, there's that. Let me tilt this down a teensy bit. Whoop, I almost knocked it out of the tripod because I'm a genius. Okay, so shelf life on these is not listed, but my guess on these, probably like 24 months after opening, is my guess. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me down below. Price point absolutely varies depending on where you find these at. I wanted to only pay the shipping the one time, so I had to find somewhere that was selling all 10, and it definitely cost me more for it, but not as much as it potentially could have other places. There were places selling some of these for as low as $4 a pop. I would have much rather have paid only $40 altogether if I could have gotten them all for that. But for how much I would have paid in shipping from that, and then again for the ones I couldn't get from there, it would have ended up costing about the same anyway. But where I got them was from Target, and they charge $7 a pop for these. At $4 a pop, that's a lot more forgivable for these being so shitty. $7 a pop, there's no forgiving that. Especially for somebody who's not traditionally employed. Just saying. And yet, that's not even the most expensive I see these go for. Some sites sell these for $9 each. I believe that... oh, what was it? I think it may have been Walmart was the offender there. And Ulta was also selling them for that. The prices may have since come down. This was back when I bought them, when they very first came out a year or so back. So I would not be surprised if the prices have come down everywhere they sell them. Just like, you know, with the baby lips glosses where I paid $6 a piece for those, and now they go for like $3 each in most places. Some places sell them for less, and it has been a thorn in my side ever since. But anyway, so yeah, it really absolutely depends where you find them, and if you find them all in one place, or if you're just looking for like one or two of them, and if you can find them in person or not. Of course, now I've begun finding them in person, but I don't need them now, because I have them. So, is that? No, that's my freckle. I got confused, because it looks like there's one over here, but I think it might be a bug bite. Lame. But, anyway... yeah, sturdiness-wise, they actually are pretty sturdy. I will give them that. See, that's pretty hard plastic. It's not the typical flimsy-ass plastic you hear on some of the plastic caps. And it's pretty substantially thick in there, so not too worried about that. And the base itself, nice thick plastic. It's not too loose of a turn wheel. It's a nice slow glide. Everything about that part of it is perfectly fine. No complaints whatsoever. And it really does have a nice, satisfying click when you shut it. Do that again. But yeah, there's no SPF in it. And the closest to medication it has is that vitamin infusion in it. But that vitamin infusion is also part of its downfall, in my opinion, because it smells horrendously like crushed up multivitamins. It's not exactly a great smell. And this is totally a ripoff of the sugar lip balms from, where is it? Is it Sephora? I want to say Sephora sells them. My sister's a huge fan of those, and she says these are the ripoff, not the other way around. I'll definitely believe it, especially since the others are like $20 a pop, according to her, so there's that. But yeah, the scent on these is the same across the board. It's like Fruity Pebbles plus crushed vitamins, which you would think, so basically chewable children's Flintstones vitamins? No, that's not the smell. That's not the smell. It's specifically like the Fruity Pebbles cereal, plus crushed up multivitamins, plus a little bit of sulfur. It's not a great smell. That is my number one turnoff about this line of products. Just saying. But the color is very lovely, and it's drawing me in, asking me, begging me to put it on because it's just so pretty. It is literally my color when it comes to lipsticks anyway, even though this is just a tinted lip balm, but that is like my ideal shade of lipstick right there. So I'm like, oh, fuck it, you know I'm gonna put it on. Well, I was gonna anyway because it's a review, but even if this weren't a review, I'd probably be having the same existential crisis, so... Alright, we're gonna swatch on the hand first to get the icky spot, hopefully, off the middle of this, and then we'll proceed. that's, you know, not as tinted as I was expecting. I was expecting a bit more of a wine color than that. This is more of a berry. And it's definitely a build it up type of a color, but it's also very uneven, which is another huge thing I do not like about this line. Look how uneven that is. You see like this big heavy spot over here, right next to a very thin spot, and then a kind of medium streak over here. It's not very consistent. But yeah, it's more of like a berry stain than a winey color, which is what you would think it would be in the tube. Oh well, I'm gonna put it on. So, Alright, I feel like I'm gonna regret this. At least with the natural lip color under it, it makes it a little darker, but not by much. It's not even that noticeable. That's disappointing. There's always a smear right there. Better. But since I don't have jeans on today, it'd be very unwise of me to wipe it on my pants, but I just did it anyway because I'm an idiot. So, that's... It's okay. It's not the color I was hoping for, but it's definitely better than nothing. It's similar to what I wear lipstick-wise, but I'd still prefer it to be real lipstick that won't come off in about 5 minutes, and will have a lot more even coverage than this does. You saw how much I had to put on to get that color even, and it doesn't stay even for long with this brand. That is, like, my biggest issue with them. Also, I feel like the darker colors right now are just drawing that much more attention to my chippy tooth down here, which I am so self-conscious of, even though it's been, what, a year, 2 years since that happened, and I'm clearly in no rush to get it fixed, but, yeah, it's not cheap. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. Consistency-wise, it's icky. It's like all the other ones. Thickness-wise, it's super thin, but the consistency, you feel the ground-up vitamins in there. It's this weird, gritty powder that's in with the Balm. And it's not from these being old, because day one, they felt like that. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I am not a fan. I've not liked any of them. Color-wise, though, this is probably one of my more favorite ones, but at the same time, still disappointed because it's not really the color I was expecting it to go on. But yeah, I'm just kind of analyzing how I feel about it overall. I mean, shine factor-wise, at least it's shiny. It's not glossy, but it is shiny. But that powdery feeling is like the kiss of death for my just not being on board for this stuff. And it comes off so fast. I am not even going to waste my time doing the drink test because it comes off within a couple sips. It's just gone. It's totally gone. Even with the kiss test, watch how fast. A bunch of it came off there. I guess in the first smooch it's not that visibly thinned, but if I do it a couple more times... Oh, do I really want to do this? Yeah, you see? You see my point. You see my point. It's like, within 3, the third one's already like hella light. It's basically gone. This shit's a waste of money. It just is not that good. It's not on any level. I feel like you should avoid it like the plague. Yes, I have heard a couple of you guys love this stuff. Honestly, I have to wonder what you're on to really be on board with this one, since there's almost nothing about it besides the color that I like, and even that color doesn't stay on, so I don't know, enlighten me. What is it about this that some of you guys like so much that I am just not seeing? Let me know in the comments, because I just don't get it. As for my rating for this one, yeah, we're doing the usual point tally now. I feel like it'd be easier to count the points I liked about it than the other way around, but for the sake of being fair, let's see. Format's okay. It's weird that it's a lip balm that kind of masquerades as a lipstick, but okay, I can lip that. That's fine. Packaging's fine. I'm not too big a fan of the ingredients used here, but I won't dock that against it. But the amount of product, I mean, it's kind of shitty that it's not even the amount of a full stick, but I can live with it. I won't even count that against it. But the price point, though, that I absolutely can count against it. I would maybe feel good about using the stuff if it cost maybe $2. Tops. Anything more than that, I'd feel like I'm being ripped off with this stuff. The vitamins in it smell horrible. It just, in general, has a really awful smell. The powdery feel in it is not good. It doesn't stay on like worth a damn at all, no matter if it's just normal wear and you don't eat, drink anything, kiss anything, what have you. It doesn't stay on very well even then. I have tested this out. The general thickness of it, it's really thin, it feels watery, the color is patchy, you have to use a ton of it to get anything even resembling an even application. I don't find this to even be moisturizing. Actually, it does the opposite for me. It usually makes my lips flake after I've done one of these reviews for these products. So I don't know. I am not on board with this. And my sister keeps telling me, dude, it's because it's CoverGirl. CoverGirl sucks. And I'm like, no, I've not had the horrible luck with the brand that she has. Normally, I have just fine luck with them, but when it comes to this stuff, good lord. So, frankly, I think I'm gonna rate this one, let me see, I'll give it a point for the color being pretty, and for the packaging being okay. That's it. It gets a 2 out of 10. That's about all I can say for this one. Because really, it's like the biggest waste of money ever. Well, maybe not ever, but in terms of lip balm, it's one of the biggest wastes ever, so. Yeah, save yourself some cash, just throwing it out there. You do not need these. Kind of wish I hadn't bought them, but if you can learn anything from my channel, don't buy these, because you will regret it. You will have nothing but regrets unless you're one of the very rare people who likes them, but I've not run into too many of those. So I think I've found like maybe 2 people who liked them, and everyone else who's commented about them has hated them. So anyway, that is all I have to say for this one. So, as usual, if you like the video, click the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, leave comments down below. And I will be back later with a surprise video. Those of you who were on one of the live streams earlier know what the video later is. Until next time, bye!